What's up, YouTube? It's Joel here. We've got your fourth stimulus check update. The fourth stimulus check is in play. We literally have lawmakers who have said they're working on adding it to the new infrastructure bill. We'll get to the more details on that in just a moment. We've got more stimulus money for single people because I know y'all been asking about it, so they're actually working on that. Also for those that don't have children, and yes, finally, we are going to see them going over making the new child tax credit permanent, that $3,600 per kid. Wow. So everybody is going to be getting some more stimulus. And this year, lower and middle earning households probably not going to be paying any income taxes this year. We're going to get into the details for that in just a moment. This is your stimulus and economic news update, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you don't mind, could you do me a huge favor and smash that like button for this video? I can't tell you how much it helps out the channel, helps it to grow. True Life Investing would not be here without you. And please, if anyone asks you for any personal info, to contact them on WhatsApp for anything, phone numbers or whatever. It's not me, it's fake. Please don't do it. And if you're wanting to get some free money while Congress is getting all this stimulus stuff sorted out, start by getting 2 free stocks with Webull worth up to $1,850, or go with Robinhood and get 2 stocks worth up to $500. It's free money. It gets you started on investing. Those links are down in the description. Take some extra change and change your life. Let's get right into it. According to recent estimates from the Nonpartisan Joint Committee on Taxation, taxpayers who make less than $75,000 a year, that they, after deductions, after credits that they're given, when they file taxes, they're not going to be owing any money to the government on average. They will also get money back from the IRS, which is pretty sweet. Now, if you make between $75,000 to $100,000, the average income tax rate you're going to be expected to pay this upcoming year is only going to be 1.8%. The main drivers for this are the Earned Income Tax Credit for low earners and the Child Tax Credit for families with children after accounting for the standard deduction. But just to note, owing nothing to the IRS on your income doesn't mean you're paying zero federal taxes. For example, if you earn money from a job, you pay taxes into Social Security and Medicare. These are called payroll taxes, which equate to 7.65%, which your employer withholds from your paycheck. And a lot of people don't know, but they actually pay the same amount, 7.65%, as you do to those programs on your behalf. So if you are self-employed, you pay both shares yourself, or 15.3%, although you can deduct half of that elsewhere on your tax return. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, about 53% of Americans had an annual household income of less than $75,000 in 2019, according to the latest data from Statista. The average household income in the U.S. that year was also around $68,700. So definitely getting a lot of help to Americans this year because of the pandemic, which with all these new extra tax credits is getting people to a point where they're really not going to owe any taxes whatsoever if they fall below the income threshold, but actually they're going to get so much money back because of the extra credits that are in place. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section for this. And is it going to help you out? So there's a call now to make the child tax credit permanent, big time. So as we inch closer and closer to these bills actually going to the floor of the House to be voted on, we're talking about literally $3,600 per kid for kids under age 5 and $3,000 for kids between the ages of 6 and 17. And these are going to be paid out monthly. This is literally monthly stimulus sent to families to help them out with everyday expenses. Also, they have made this credit fully refundable for 2021 so that families receive the full amount even if they do not have any federal income tax liabilities, because a lot of low-income families with children don't. We've got Speaker Nancy Pelosi who said we must make this lifeline permanent, which is why congressional Democrats will continue to champion an expanded child tax credit to make it permanent. because we can only build back better by putting families first. The Treasury Department and the IRS said that the monthly payments would start on July 15th and would be made automatically to about 39 million households. That includes nearly 90% of children in the United States. You're talking about a big hit to child poverty that we're going to be fighting with these new child tax credits. The Democrat lawmakers praised the announcement on monthly payments, saying they will help families with their finances during the coronavirus pandemic. They are working big time to make this permanent, and we can see that Pelosi is already going to add an amendment to the American Families Plan to make this permanent rather than just being extended for 4 years the way that Biden currently has it now. But she has that power, so we know if she's already saying she wants to do it, she's going to do that. So she said that we can make sure to help families and get them the help they need immediately. Comment down below if you're actually going to be affected by this, and are you in favor of making the child tax credit permanent to help families out, especially monthly payments instead of just receiving it at one time during tax season. Now we're actually going to go into getting some more money for singles without qualifying children, some more money into their pocket. So the American Rescue Bill expands the EITC, that Earned Income Tax Credit, for workers without qualifying children. Under previous law, these workers received only a very small EITC that phased out at very low income levels, and both younger and older workers were ineligible. The American Rescue Plan expands this big time by increasing the maximum value of the credit from $543 to almost tripling it to $1,502. It also raises the income limit from $15,980 per year for single filers and $21,920 for married filers to $21,427 per year for single filers and $27,367 per year for married filers. So we see some huge big increases of around $6,000 that are going to allow more people to actually get that earned income tax credit. This expands the eligible age range for recipients, allowing younger workers between the ages of 19 and 24, as well as workers who are 65 and older, to actually claim this credit. So this is going to be extra, essentially, stimulus that goes into your pocket from that huge $1.9 trillion stimulus plan called the American Rescue Plan that was passed earlier this year. Now, this is only in effect for 2021. But this legislation literally lays the groundwork for Congress to make this permanent. If they make this permanent, these are going to be transformative changes that are going to affect so many people's lives, because it allows for more people to get more help and literally almost tripling the amount that they would normally get in that earned income tax credit. So this is going to bring more money into Americans' pockets to help them in their everyday lives, but also allow them to be able to take care of themselves with the rising costs that we're seeing everywhere. So let me know your thoughts on this expansion, on literally tripling it, in the comments section. So the fourth stimulus check is alive, and we already have lawmakers that are going to insert it into the infrastructure bill as an amendment to get more money, more stimulus to Americans. We have Democratic members of the influential House Ways and Means Committee who have already said to Biden, telling him that we need to prioritize getting direct payments to Americans, because, and not only that, but tying it to economic conditions. So instead of always waiting for something to happen and then coming after that and trying to help people out, no, as soon as things hit a certain threshold, as soon as things get to a certain point in the economy, these things take into effect. They're actually called like automatic stabilizers, so that they help people in times of need. We want to make sure that we do help people out that need it. And whenever we get to a place where they're actually able to do good for themselves, then we're good. But whenever people need help, they don't need 3 or 4 months to wait on other people to vote for it, go back and forth, argue back and forth to get something passed. They need help now. They need immediate relief now. So the Democratic legislators who signed this letter to the president asking for these regular stimulus checks to come whenever the economy gets to a certain point and recovers at least up to 80% of what they feel is where it should be. So more and more people on Capitol Hill are pushing for more direct payments. The lawmakers' arguments for these additional stimulus checks, they've been consistent across the board since they've been suggesting them. For instance, they all say that the direct payments are needed because they keep millions of ordinary Americans who normally wouldn't fall into poverty because they're working, they're doing good for their families, they've got jobs. But whenever all this pandemic hit, so many millions of people lost their jobs. And that's where they say people need help like that. But they also claim that the stimulus checks are one of the most effective forms of economic relief because they increase spending at all income levels. They say Americans deserve to know that they can put food on their table, keep a roof over their heads, and should not be at the mercy of constantly the shifting legislative timelines and ad hoc solutions. That's where I was talking about them going back and forth, Republicans and Democrats and whatnot. They said they want to put things in place so that there's not any more arguments or conversations around it. It's settled. One poll from Data for Progress that often cited by Democrats who say that they support recurring payments found that 65% of voters, including 54% of Republicans, support a $2,000 stimulus check for every American until the pandemic is over. We even have Representative Jimmy Gomez of California, who is a part of these members who are talking to Biden, sending out these tweets, letting everybody know that, hey, people need some direct stimulus payments. We need to make sure that we get these economic stabilizers in place so that we can always take care of American families. And we want this tied to that huge $1.8 trillion American Families Plan so that we take care of American families. So we definitely know we have lawmakers ready. They got them pens ready. They got these amendments ready to put more stimulus checks into Americans through this new infrastructure bill and the American Families Plan bill to make it happen. Now, we do know that Pelosi has already said July 4th, they're going to have a bill absolutely on the floor in the House by July 4th, and that's where we can see all this play out. Do you need another stimulus check? A lot are saying the economy is getting back to normal, but I want to hear from you all and what you have to say, and let me know what you're thinking down in the comments section. But don't forget to subscribe, like this video, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all stimulus and economic news that affects you and learn how to build some wealth. This is Joel with True Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.